What's up, everybody on YouTube? It's NDriverKG, and I'm going to tell you the plans that I got within the next 2 weeks for this car. So I know you hear it right now. My fiance is practicing how to drive stick properly. She's trying to get it down packed to where she's not like bucking so much. Like she got the gist of it, got going through the gears. You see, that was a lot better. So we'll see. She has to keep trying it, keep doing it. But man, the car looks good. That thing's kind of loud. Now I see what everybody's talking about. Man, but let's get to the video. So, as you guys know, we've had a hybrid on this car, and this was a custom hybrid that is on the car right now. Also, I'm on the stock clutch, also on low boost. So the car is only making anywhere between 370 and 380 horsepower. And I know a lot of you guys have been like, hey, where have you been? Where have you been with all the racing content and all that good Mexico AI stuff? So the thing is, I just don't want to go out there doing races with the car not at its max potential. And a lot of people do things for clout nowadays. So people already don't like the Hyundai brand, so of course they're going to want to beat up on one that has a hybrid turbo on it and tell everybody that they beat one of the most hated cars out there. I don't want to give people that opportunity to put this car all over the internet talking about it's a hybrid car and it's so fast. No, this car actually is not very fast. Like, it's actually slower than how it is on the stock turbo form. And if you guys know the last car, I did have plans to do the hybrid on that. But further looking into it, I saw that the DCT clutches and all of that good stuff. So a lot of that thing kind of like held me back from the from actually turboing that. So unfortunately, we got hit, and it was kind of a good thing, kind of a blessing in disguise, because that means I got to get that manual. So now that we got the manual, fast forward, we're doing bigger things with it. It only went better from there. So the thing is, next we had to get that clutch in there. Can't just go putting this hybrid in there and thinking that I'm going to send it to the moon. That's not what I want to do. I want to do it as authentic and as responsible as possible. So with that being said, this car does need the clutches, does need some other little here's and there's. Not need, but I'd feel comfortable with doing. So of course we got the water meth, but I felt like before I did not need the intercooler. Well, guess what, guys? We got an intercooler coming. It's actually going to be here probably tomorrow. So what we're going to do an install video. The guys over at Whoosh Performance was nice enough to sponsor us on that, and we're going to do a whole install video on that. So we're going to do the install on that. We're also going to do the Mishimoto thermostat. We're also going to do the Boomba trans adapter and some other little here's and there's. So this is going to be a treat. And honestly, I think with all of that other stuff that we're going to get into, I feel like that car can properly put down that 450 plus that I'm actually wanting. If I could get it to 500, 520, we're going to do that. So like I said, if we get 520, that is great. But I want to share some other things with you guys. I know I said next year I was going to possibly do head gasket and all that good stuff. Well, guess what? She's actually doing really good over there. I'm proud. We're actually going to do that a lot sooner. Actually, next week. So we actually have a really nice video planned for the install of that. Now, I'm not going to say anything yet, but it's going to be really, really insightful, really helpful to the community. So I'm not going to speak 100% on who it is yet until we're there, but it is some that some of you guys in the N community knows. So again, this is going to be very, very informational, and I think it's going to be a nice video. And with that being said, with the head studs and the head gaskets, it's going to be a 4-layer. All right, it is a new day. So what I was saying is it's going to be a 4-layer head gasket, and it's going to be different head studs than what you think. And you asked why the head studs? Well, in thinking and doing research and all of this and being a part of this, I realized that the weak point of the Elantra N, Kona N, Veloster N, when it comes to making power, the i30 and all of that stuff, the weak point, when you get near 500 horsepower, when you get near anything that is high boost, whether it's stock or high turbo, the head studs are the weak point. So head studs, guess what? They're going to start to unravel. Your head is going to have some lift. Then your head gasket is going to be useless. So you're going to start mixing, you're going to start smoking, shooting coolant. So it's going to shoot so much pressure through the motor that either come through and boil the antifreeze and come back up on you. So I've actually had that happen. So it happened once, and immediately I took it back to low boost. Now I was racing like pretty hard and really trying to see what it was going to be like. Oh my God, it felt amazing. But it cannot take that. So that high boost, probably for that little bit of time, maybe was that 450. It felt amazing, but it is too much. So I am here to report to you guys that the weak point is the head studs on a stock engine. So if you're a stock engine, which most of you guys will be, look for head studs. If you're going to go anywhere near, let's just say 400 even, to be on the safe side, add head studs and 4-layer head gaskets. That's the way to do it. That's the only way I recommend. So don't go doing it or not doing it saying, oh yeah, I'm just going to get this cheap power. No. Do things the right way. Now, most of you guys that are looking into head studs, you're going to be looking at those regular APR studs, head studs that you can get almost anywhere. They're about $200. That's not what we're going with. So if you go over to GenRacer's website, you'll see they have an option for 4B11, which is the Evo X motor. So they have those head studs, and those are a bit stronger. So if you notice in certain areas, it says what it's rated for, how much pressure is rated for, and these are 70,000 pressure difference. So I'll leave all that information right here so you can read it yourself. But that's going to be a big difference when it comes to push and boost in these cars. Now, over the years, I've been paying attention to those cars that are here, those cars that are in the UK, that are higher boost cars, that are hybrid turbo cars. Even if you're a stock turbo and you're going high boost, like I'm talking over 28 pounds of boost, which sounds crazy. But listen, I've been over that. So I know I'm in that bias a little bit of going high boost and knowing what it is. Now, for this car that you guys know, like I said, I am low boost right now. I did turn it up to see what it was going to be like. Now, upon turning it up, I noticed some differences, and this is going to be the reason why I'm going to the head studs. Now, every single car that I've noticed that is high boost, if you keep stock head gaskets, stock studs, and bolts, that head is going to start to lift. Now, if you notice, you remember when I was racing Jackson back then? Now, I don't know if he still has his car or whatnot, but when we raced, his car had all of this antifreeze coming out of the side. Now, I, at the time, didn't understand what that was coming from. I thought he just had an antifreeze leak, whatever, right? But that actually comes from high boost. So if you're high boost, guess what? Everything's going to start getting hot, and the head is going to start to lift because of the high boost. So if you're going and say you got a stack tune, if you're a stack tune car, or you have high boost that's over 25 psi, you are at risk at some point in time of getting slight head lift. How do you know when you have head lift? That's when you start shooting some antifreeze out of the coolant expansion tank. So if you do that long enough, your car is going to start to overheat. After a while, this is after you've been beating it for a good amount of time. Then you're going to have some other issues, as well as having lower boost pressures. And if you're on stock turbo, you're definitely going to kill off that stock turbo. So, like I said, the video that I got planned for you guys is going to be a bit insightful, telling you everything you need to know if you want to go hybrid turbo, if you're manual, if you're a DCT, because now we got some DCT tuning out from N75 that you can go to check them out. You got the new portal website, but now you DCT guys can get going. Like before, I said, hey, you're not really going to be too much into the 10s. That's going to be your best time, best days. No, it is very possible now. Now, we do have Trent that has the record. That is a 9.7 car. That's a DCT stock turbo. So it is possible for you guys to get there. Now, how much boost? That's going to be a little, we'll see. But free fueling is out. So high pressure fuel pump from 6 coming out. And we got the E85 lines that are out from N75 that I've picked up. So we're going to see what the lines can do in change of mass and volume. So that's another thing we'll be getting into. But like I said, guys, at the end of the day, this is going to be a very big video coming up. So that's why I've been holding out, because I don't want to push this car and don't have all the right stuff. Like I said, that is kind of my daily and the race car at the same time. I'm in my daily now, but I'm only driving this because it's pretty cold outside, so I don't want that car to see any rain, snow, any salt, any of that stuff. And we're getting to that time, and you know what? That's fine. So like I said, you guys are going to be very, very surprised at everything that's coming. And you know what? Honestly, for next week, I said I was doing the head gaskets, 4-layer, 4B11 head studs. We're doing the Mishimoto thermostat. This is in reference. We're doing the clutch. We're doing the short shifter. We're doing a good amount of stuff here. So at that point, I want to see this car 450 to 500. That's what I'm rooting for. So with that head stud, with all that stuff, we should be good. We got the HT400 turbo from N75 now, so we should be good to hit that 450, 500. So I'm excited. I'm super excited. Like I said, I got a bunch of races lined up, a lot of AI content. And we'll see what this car can do, how reliable it is. Does it change the drivability of the car being that high, and how possible it is? I'm going to break down the cost of everything for you guys. So like I said, that's going to be in the next video. Actually, I might give you guys a video that I've had for a few months of the old DCT car in a Mexico night, the last Mexico night that I ever had with the DCT car. So I might show you guys that, and that should be a little treat. Like, it's a small video, nothing big, but again, I'm really excited. And also, for a conclusion, I'm going to build this motor. So I'm going to either build this that's in there, or I'm going to buy a stock Veloster N motor. I've seen some that are really good prices, and I had no idea that they were that low. I thought they were in the range, it was like 6,000-7,000, but they're a lot cheaper than I thought. I think I'm going to buy one of those, and I'm going to build it. So pistons, rods, sleeves, all the head components, all that good stuff. And I want this car to be at 700 horsepower. So I'm going to shoot for that by the end of next year. If I have my way, maybe a little bit sooner. So at this point, I really want to push this car, push this brand, see what we really could do with it. So at that point, this is going to be crazy. So you know, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, have your push notifications on, like it. If you got anything you need to say to me, or you want to say about the car, or you don't like it, comment it down below. How do you feel about the plans that I got going on for this thing? And if you're excited for the future like I am, man, I can't wait. I cannot wait. It is going to be insane. Like, the car already feels crazy at just like that 350 to 400 feels amazing. Just imagine what 5, 6, 700 horsepower could be like, and especially at 800 horsepower, getting at like 60 to 130 in like 4 or 5 seconds. That, man, I'm ready. So I'm super hyped that Hyundai came out with these cars and that we gave it a chance. So again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next week.